So, as Jesus lovers, ladies and gentlemen, as Jesus lovers, as people who love Jesus, how do we communicate with people that might have a little bit of chaos on the inside? Whether that is family, whether that is friends, whether that is people that you're trying to, share the gospel with on the side of the street, whatever it is, man. How do we share it with them if they got chaos on the inside and they got poison that's trying to affect us while we're trying to communicate something with them, while we're trying to just talk with them? I think the key to this is being able to have love and understanding and being able to hold strong in that. Now, this is something I really want to talk with you guys about. Let me know your experiences with this, because this is something that we are all trying to get better at. We are all trying to work on. It is not easy, man. I'm going to say that again and again. It is not easy to do this because, we're trying to get closer to Jesus. We're trying to be as best we can in Christ, but sometimes it's just a little bit tough because other people might have a little bit of chaos going on. They might be a little bit angry, upset. And when we try to communicate with this person with whatever that might be, automatically you can feel that. And we have to be able to navigate that. We have to be able to dodge it like 1,000 bullets. And it's not the easiest thing, man. And I know that you guys know this feeling. I know that you guys want to be able to figure this out. And I think it's something that's really needed, because if we don't figure that out and we don't realize what that really is, then we're going to always feel like, oh my gosh, why can I not keep my peace? Why can I not keep that love? Why can I not continue to love through this? You know what I'm saying? And I started reading this book called Communication, and it really gave a good touch and understanding on this, and it gave me a completely different perspective that I want to share with you guys, man. I think it's so important, man. It's so freaking important. And if you guys are feeling a little bit stressed by this, I really hope you watch this video. So the main way that I really understood this is because I was driving to my girlfriend's house. And I was listening to this book while I was driving to my girlfriend's house. And this book talks about being able to communicate from a place of love and understanding, and being able to hold strong in that, being able to have this love and understanding, and just holding as strong as you can in that, and being able to know it is something that is going to take time. It's going to take a lot of patience on our end to be able to continue to communicate with love and understanding. And the main thing is not letting, if this person is a little bit upset, this person is angry, whatever they might be, not letting that affect us. Because a lot of times it's throwing out poison that's going to affect us. One of the key concepts he gave is that if we can communicate love, understanding, and compassion through our voice, it not only is good for the other person, it's good for us. It brings life to us. When we communicate anger, when we communicate frustration, all that stuff, even if the other person is doing that, like trying to get it out of us, if we do it back, fight fire with fire, it's only going to hurt us and hurt the other person. So we're just going to start a bigger damn fire. I don't think we want to do that. So he said that that's the most important reason why it's so important. If you could communicate hope, joy, love, peace, then it helps not only that person, but it helps us too. So I was driving to my girlfriend's house, and I was like, all right, I'm starting to understand this. I'm like, I got this. I freaking got this. Like, I get it now. That's all I gotta do. I go to my girlfriend's house, and I get my booty smacked, because I realized how hard it is, man. Because my girlfriend, she was like, okay, I have this lease on my apartment coming up, which is like a deal. She says it's like a deal of $974, which is a pretty damn good price for an apartment. It's a pretty good damn price for an apartment, but she's like, it's more than what I'm paying right now. I'm paying $959. But I'm like, actually, like, compared to the actual price of what it would be, because she got a discount for getting it early, and they were offering her this to get it again. And she's like, well, I'm like, okay, compared to what it would actually be, which is $1,200, this is a pretty good price. And we have 1 day to figure this out. So she has to decide if she wants to take this deal of this $975, or if she wants to try and get another apartment somewhere else. Where on my end, I'm thinking, like, who knows how good this is going to be? Who knows how much they're going to charge you? And maybe it'll be a busted down apartment. But the apartment that she has right now is pretty damn nice. And I know that she's already stressing out about stuff. So on my end, I'm like, you should probably just get this apartment again. Like, renew it, because it's a pretty damn good deal. But I'm talking with her about it, and she's like, no, like, it's like, it doesn't make sense. I can find something, because it'll find something, whatever. I'll find something else. There'll probably be apartments down here. And on my end, I'm like, you've looked at these apartments and they haven't been the best thing ever. And this is something we like. It's nice. It's pretty good. But then she looks and she finds an apartment for like $700. And I'm like, if it's $700, it's probably going to be like, maybe not the best. Maybe it could be good, but it's probably not going to be the best thing ever, man. It's probably going to be a little bit of a hood, kind of like in the hood, you know what I'm saying? So on her end, she starts to get a little bit upset because she thinks that I'm like questioning it in a way where I'm like, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? But on my end, I'm just trying to say like, hey, like, let's think about this. Like, it's going to be a lot. If you make this decision, this is like, we have to make it by the end of the day. If we make this decision and, you know, it's not the decision that's actually going to be the best for you, or, you know, it will be good either way. But if it's not, if it's something that's going to cause you a lot of stress, I don't know if it's the best decision. And I'm trying to think about her on, like, for her. I'm thinking about this love and compassion, and I'm trying to communicate that because I just learned this stuff, man. But it's not the easiest thing because she starts to get upset and she starts to say, like, why are you always questioning my the decisions that I make? But I'm like, no, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to just like be able to think about it with you, because I don't want you to have more mental strain on yourself, all that stuff. And of course, it doesn't come out like this right away, man. It's like something where we might be thinking about it. We had to come back at it, sit down and talk about it. But we're basically talking about this, and, you know, I let something slip. I was like, when she's walking away, I was like, it's just not well thought out. And as soon as I said that, I knew it wasn't the best thing to say. But she hears that. I didn't think she was going to hear that. That was my dumb self, man. You know, we all make mistakes, okay? We all make mistakes. But she's like, it's whatever. And she starts saying her stuff. And at that time, I'm like, damn. You know, that frustration and that poison has reached me. And it's like, how do I continue to communicate with love and compassion when I'm like starting to get upset, when I'm starting to get annoyed on my end? But we know she's over here in her room, I'm in the kitchen, and I'm trying to like take a second to kind of reground myself and come back to that. You know, we lost the battle, but I can continue to communicate with love and compassion if I come back to it. So I try to come back to it, and then we're like about to leave, we're doing some stuff, and I'm like, hey, let's just sit and can we talk about it real quick? And I was just like telling her on my end, like, hey, I just want you to know that it's from a place of, I'm not just thinking about myself or anything like that. I'm trying to think about you. I'm trying to think about what might be best for you, because I know it's going to be hard. And then she starts telling me, she's like, you know what? You're probably right. She's like, yeah, I knew it for however. I had been thinking about it, and I knew that you're probably right in terms of like, it's probably best for me to get this apartment. And I'm like, why are you putting up a fight for it then? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you gonna put up all this fight? But I was like, hey, I'm not gonna get into that. But, you know, on my end, like, being able to communicate it with love and compassion was able to get us to at least a better place with that. And we were able to leave. We had to do like an hour drive after that. So we were able to avoid, you know, having to have a bad attitude the whole time, or being angry and upset with each other the whole time. But, you know, on her end, like, she knew it logically, but it's not always the logic that's going to get through. It's the love and understanding, which is something that we have to continue to hold on to, even if that person is upset, even if that person is angry, even if that person is kind of being a little bit stubborn and hard to communicate with. But not the logic, like, logic of it was whatever, but I had to continue to communicate and try to get to an understanding with each other through that love. So, you know, we all have some situations where it's going to be hard, it's going to be tough to be able to communicate with somebody else, to be able to get to that understanding, to be able to hold our own peace. But if we can continue to know that it is a fight, that we are fighting on our own, we can't control what the other person does, but if we can continue to fight for our love and compassion and being close to Jesus and being able to communicate that together, then that's how we actually are going to be able to get through. And it's not thinking about ourselves, it's thinking about the other person. Because she ended up getting that, renewing that lease at the end of the day. And I knew that if at the end, if she didn't get it and she had to go find this new apartment, she had to move out, and it was like this whole shebang because of that, I knew it was going to cause her a lot of stress. So I wasn't thinking about myself, I'm thinking about her in this situation. And that allows me to be able to be like, okay, I have to be able to communicate this with love and understanding, because I know it's not just thinking about myself. So how can you think about, how does you communicating with love and understanding help the other person? Like, how is that, if you can actually get through, how is it going to improve their life? Because then you stop thinking about yourself, you start thinking about, it's important for me to stay strong in this for them, and realizing it actually ends up helping you too, because I didn't have to drive an hour damn long drive, being upset, being angry like that, because I was able to try to get back. Even though I lost the battle, I was able to get back into my peace, back into my love, and being able to try to communicate like that. So if you're dealing with somebody today, I know that it can be tough to try to communicate that, to try to keep your peace, And especially if you're trying to spread the word, or maybe you're just trying to share something with somebody. Maybe you see that they have a lot of struggle, they have a lot of pain, they are just struggling internally, and you want to be able to communicate it in a way like, you know, that they're maybe not doing the right stuff with their life, anything like that. Just knowing that we can't communicate it from a place of anger, we can't communicate it from a place of upsetness. If you know that you have that on the inside, wait a little bit, get back into your peace, and once you're able to reconnect with that love and peace, however that might be for you, maybe you're thinking about them, maybe you're thinking about just Jesus and reconnecting with Jesus, and then we can go back into it and be able to try to communicate with them, and that's going to be the best way that we can actually help them hear and help them relieve that own struggle and stress from themselves. So I hope this helps you guys if you're dealing with this. I hope you're doing amazing today. Let me know your own stories with this, man. Let me know how you actually handle this, because I know it's not easy. I know you guys are dealing with it, but let me know down in the comments below. Love you guys. Peace.